Bottom of page 128. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
How cold is it outside today? Oh my God, it's like icy. Is there snow? There must be snow because it's like icy cold. You know that cold that you can feel it in your bones? Yeah. Go take some time, warm yourself up, introduce yourself to someone that you don't know, wish them a Shabbat Shalom, and come back in a minute and a half. wintertime, you get to do it first. There you go. As we light the candles, you can use a match or this other way. As we light the candles on Shabbat, it's nice to think about, we bring in Shabbat, we're bringing it in a little bit earlier because Shabbat comes in a bit earlier. And we light the candles to think about the warmth of Shabbat. What are the things that want to warm us, and what's the inspiration and the light that we need this Shabbat? So let's think about that as we light. Amen. Thank you very much. Oh, take your siddur with you. There you go. It's up. Here you go. Oh, good. We continue on page 129. We enter the sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Together, now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift up our hearts in prayer. On page 130.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShabbat, Malachei Yom.
142.
Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem v'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Ochuni v'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Yom. Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Yom. Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
So it was my idea to remind us to do Shalom Aleichem right after the candle lighting, and then I forgot. But of course, another random thought popped into my head. How many of you guys read or watch Harry Potter? Okay, you're owning it. Those of you that don't, you should, just saying. You will hear Harry Potter frequently because I am a big Harry Potter fan. But that being said, there's an interesting concept in Harry Potter that makes me think about what just happened. There's a deluminator, which is a little thing that sends light and takes light out. That's what it does. It kind of does that. And in one of the books and one of the movies, when one of the characters was lost, they followed the light to be able to find their friends to get there. And I thought it was a beautiful concept. And one of the reasons why it's customary to sing Shalom Aleichem after we light the candles, I was just thinking, maybe the angels follow the light. Shalom Aleichem, we welcome here. Maybe they follow the light to be able to come to our presence. So we don't do it before we light, afterwards. Just a thought. Now, on page 130. בזמירות נריע לו. נקמה בנה בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו.
Bottom of page 131.
Ya'alo On page 135, the last paragraph, some of you may know this. You might have noticed I'm a big Nava Tehillah fan. We're going to sing this. Join in if you know it. You can close. I always love closing my eyes for this because it takes us, Romemu, it's like exalting. It's bringing us up. And we start slow and kind of build up. And then we come back down again so you can see, close your eyes or not, and see where the music takes you. Romemu, Romemu, Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'ishachavu leHakodsho. Romemu, Romemu, Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, ve'ishachavu leHakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, Romemu, Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, ve'ishachavu leHakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Hope you had a good trip. Page 138, L'Chadodi.
לחדודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת לקבלה
לחדודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה
שמו וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ותפארת ונצילה לך תודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת לקבלה לך תודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת לקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ולכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה למחשבה תפילה לך תודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת
We continue on page 40. Are you feeling the Shabbat spirit yet? Has it come? Is it on our space? I closed the door to keep it in. All right, page 140.
טוב להודות לאדוני, מזמור שיר ליום השבת. טוב להודות לאדוני, וצמא לשמך עליון, וצמא לשמך עליון. וחגים בבוקר עשיך, ואמונתה בלילות.
On page 141, 6 lines up from the bottom.
מקולות מים רבים, אדירים משמרי ים. מקולות מים רבים, אדירים משמרי ים. אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני. מקולות מים רבים, אדירים משמרי ים. מקולות מים רבים, אדירים משמרי ים. אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני.
We rise for the Chatzei Kaddish on page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה.
אמן.
והמן תברא הירותי, וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיידכו בית ישראל. בגלה, בגלה, ובזמן קריב. ואמרו
אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם עולם אלמיה יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח ויתפעם ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה
בריחו
ואלה מן כל בחטא ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Please be seated. We continue on page 100 and... Do we feel like English or Hebrew today? No preference from the English. Page 149, at the top of the page we read together. Praise to you, eternal our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, eternal our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch ata Adonai, hama'ariv aravim.
אהבת עולם, אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, תורה ומצוות, ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. את אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו, תורנו נשיח לחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם בלילה, נגי יומם בלילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד, שם כבוד, מלכותו לעולם, לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בעם, בשבתך, בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף לתיר תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית וריתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם,
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Question for you. Why is the Shema considered the central prayer or the creed of the Jewish people, if we were to have a creed? One God, right? Most of us say it's about the one God, right? We were the first monotheists. We believed in one God. So Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, there's one God. What else might the Shema be telling us? To listen? Absolutely.
Whatever we do, wherever we are, whoever we are, it's saying that.
To listen. Whatever we are, wherever we are, it's saying to listen. Whoever we are as well, listen. Yeah.
We may stray and go our own way and search within different religions or whatever. But there are a few prayers that always bring us back home. The Shema is one.
So we may stray, we may do lots of different things to different religions, different cultures, or nothing at all. But the Shema is one thing that kind of brings us back home. Again, like the light and illuminator. So one might argue that the Shema is something that brings us together wherever we are, whoever we are, that we should listen to the one God. It's something that unifies us. Echad, right? One, it unifies us. It's a prayer of unity. And I've heard many different people, many different rabbis, and other people talk and expound upon the Shema in so many different ways. Renewal does this whole meditation and body, and and the Shema talks about all the different parts of your bodies coming together as one. We talk about mind, heart, soul, body coming together as one. We talk about the whole of the Jewish people coming together as one. At Kolenu, they talk about all of humanity coming together as one. But either way, whichever way we look at it, it's a homing device that emphasizes unity. I'm setting up my sermon for later, just so you know. That wasn't it. On page 157. Reading together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. 160.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ועמידנו מלכנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ותקננו בצד טובה מלפניך והושיענו למען שמך והושיענו למען שמך והגן בעדינו ויעשה מעלינו ושמו צאתנו ובואנו לחיים לשלום מעתה
On page 162.
ושמו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות עמית עולם.
בני ובני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינבש וביום השביעי שבת וינבש
We rise for the Aleinu on page 164. We're going to sing the first Adonai Sifatai Tiftach twice, and then we're going to continue silently through page 180. You can read the Hebrew or the English. You can explore your own thoughts, or you can think about the power of unity.
Ya na 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 Adonai. Ya na 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 Sfatai Tiftach. Ya na 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 Ufi Yagid Tehillah Techa.
shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel imru amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru
Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Sit down, relax. Okay. Few things happened this week. Rabbi Morgan and I went to an ARC conference. Still can't get over the word ARC. The Assembly of Rabbis and Cantors for the Union of Progressive Judaism in Australia, Asia, and New Zealand. Mouthful. And we talked about many different things. There was one item in particular that was quite contentious. Actually, there were quite a few. But there was one that I'm thinking of right now. And we're having a vote as to what we should do about it. I'm not going to report on it yet. And we're having this vote. And the majority of the rabbis voted in favor of it. And 2 people voted against it. I think 1 abstained. The 2 people that have voted against it, the vote, voted against it for 2 totally contradictory reasons. I thought about that when I read yesterday's my WhatsApp feed and WhatsApp that came up, and I heard about the vote in the Australian Parliament. And I heard, 80 to whatever it was, voted in favor of recognizing, having a ceasefire and recognizing a Palestinian state. The majority voted in favor of it. The Greens and the Liberals voted against it for 2 very different reasons. I'm not going to go into it today because it was just an example. What happens when we need to make a decision and we go to our leadership and we're divided? Is a majority enough? Is what's the word? Thank you. Or do we need consensus? When is dissent permissible and helpful, and when is it not? For, gosh, not even last year, time is just flying by. But for, I don't know, what was it, 9, 10 months, there were many Israelis and many Jews around the world that were protesting against the Israeli government. They were on very different sides, but they were protesting because they were unified. What is it? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. But they were unified by one common vision. As an American and Australian, following what's happening in America with the elections, most fascinating. It is really interesting to hear people say, well, I don't want to vote for one party, but I really don't want to vote for the other party. So I don't vote. Or I vote for someone, so it's basically like wasting your vote. What do? Why am I talking about this? Parshat Korach this week, fascinating parsha. It talks about a challenge to leadership, but it also talks about the concepts of dissent and unity. Really, if you read the subtext. And I went to Netzer camp and ran a few programs with the kids. One, I talked about leadership and what does it mean to be a leader and who has a right to choose the leader. And the other group, I talked about the concept of dissent and then translated what the word meant for them. But the issue of how do you disagree? When is it appropriate? When is it not? When is it helpful and constructive? And when is it destructive? And one of the things that the kids pointed out that I thought was so brilliant that they figured it out right away was one of the reasons, motivation. The motivation. If the dissent is for selfish reasons, then it's problematic. If the dissent is for the betterment of the whole, then it's important to throw that in the ring, right? So for those of us that aren't familiar with the story of Korach, Moses was chosen as a leader by God. Korach, who was Moses' cousin, basically says, who, died and made you leader? I should be leader. And he got a few followers, and they all had a big bash. You go on one mountain, I go on another mountain. Let's light fire and incense, and whichever one God takes by way of lightning, that will be the true leader. God was annoyed because God already decided the leader, and God, swallowed up the people. But that's not the point I'm going to talk about. What I do want to talk about is the power of dissent. So the Midrashim talk about why is it that Korach dissented? What did he do? How did he get people to vote for him? Was he causing problems and causing disunity because he was dissatisfied, because he was complaining, right? How many of us get annoyed with our leaders? Well, probably all of us, right? And so what do? We're in a democracy, we vote, we complain, we petition, we protest. In America, I don't know about Australia, there are people whose jobs, they literally get paid to protest. They get paid to dispute. That's their job, to dispute and challenge. In Judaism, we have a role for that, and we have a name for it. It's called Satan. Not Satan, the devil, but in Judaism, Satan is the adversary. Actually is one of God's angels, not a fallen angel as in Christianity, but Satan is is designed by God to stir things up, to challenge. Hence, sometimes dissent is necessary because through challenge and aggravation, we grow and better ourselves. But if we challenge for the sake of challenge, or if we challenge for the sake of power or ego, then it's problematic. Right? So I leave you with this. I had many more things to say, but it's late. I leave you with this. There is so much controversy going on right now in our own country, in Israel, in America, in lots of parts of the world, in lots of different areas. We don't always agree. But can we be united even if we don't agree? Or let me change that question. How can we be united even when we don't agree? Sometimes, I was talking to someone today, it's not about convincing someone to agree and think that we're right. It's finding the common ground where we can connect. That's the key. That's our light, that's our deluminator, that's our beacon. Finding the common ground. We agitate because we believe what's better for humanity, for our people, for our country here and our country in Israel. We advocate, we agitate for what we think is right, and we may not agree what that path is. But we have to trust that we're doing it for the right reasons, hopefully. Don't talk to people that we think are doing for the wrong reasons. But listen, hear, understand, find the commonality, and walk forward together. And in so doing, hopefully, we can find unity and a way forward. We rise for the Aleinu on page 586, 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אדון, אמת מלכנו אל מסורתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת עיניו, ונאמן והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
At this time in the service, we remember Robert Sholav, 70 years old, avid fisherman and beloved grandfather. He was an avid fisherman, beloved grandfather, was murdered by Hamas terrorists in Zikim Beach. We also remember Alan Mervyn Goodrich, who died during this past week. In Shiva, we remember David Samuel Hurd in Shiva. In Shloshim, we remember Neil Brand, Barbara Goldstein, Thomas Beck, Glenda Jones, Minnie Weinstein, Anna Bellin, Lily Bernstein, Shirley County, Jacob Dale, Vera Danos, Harry Gomer, Alice Hurst, Julie Jarney, Ian Jordan, David Barry Josephs, Elizabeth McGeed, Leslie Palig, Laura Schneck, Joseph Silberman, Gert Silver, Joseph Steinberger, Betty Sussman, Vivian Swinnerton, Olga Tramer, Dove Urban, and Morris Woolen. Is there anyone else in mourning or observing yahrzeit? Anna Jawari, Donna. Esther Bat Rachel. We also remember the innocent civilians and soldiers who were killed in the bombings in north of Israel in the fire bombs. We remember all of the innocent who were killed both in Israel and in Gaza, and and around the world, and all of those who have no one left to say Kaddish for them. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. On page 598, the Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min
Olam va'ameh
amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu. Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. We remain standing for the Kiddush, which is back there. You can join me. Those of us can join online. From sadness to joy, joy to sadness, it's the cycle of life. Page 122. ויער ויבוקר יום השישי, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברי.
לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
לחיים. You guys are all so far away from me now. Motzi, the sustenance, from joy to sustenance.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המוציא לחם מן הארץ. אמן.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey!
Shabbat shalom.
Hey!
Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat,
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey! Shabbat shalom. Hey! Shabbat, 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 Shabbat.